General Yashipi.
Shabbat Shalom, family.
Deny it. Somebody's missing, man.
Malachi. Marty.
Malachi be coming up missing in the Shabbat sometime. Nevertheless, first of all, giving all praises to the Supreme Elohim of our forefathers, God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, whose proper name is Yahweh. I'm going to say Shabbat Shalom to all the believing Israelites under the sound of our voice. And I would like to start off by saying, if you have not pre-registered for the webinar, which is actually going to take place tomorrow, most high willing, go ahead and register now. You can click the link below this video and go ahead and get your registration in, and be well worth your fiat currency. 100 may save you thousands if you could keep it. So what I wanted to do is to go over how to properly keep the Passover. So my question is your Israelite congregation properly keeping the Passover? I know the Passover is actually passed for most people if they're doing it according to the law and the moon. It's passed, but I think it's pretty relative to go ahead and go over the Passover, because even at the True Disciples of Christ, we had a few Akim that literally showed up in T-shirts with fringes on it, and they thought it was okay. I want to say this, man. When we read the scriptures and get an understanding, the man is supposed to be the high priest of his family. Understand that. Thumbs up as you come in the room. Thumbs up as you come in the room. And being a high priest of his family, the man is actually supposed to be dressed in a priestly garment for the Passover, because he's a representation of the high priest of his family. And during the time in the temple, before the temple was destroyed last in 70 AD, the priests would wear a certain garment when they went into the temple, and the man is supposed to wear that same similar garment to be the high priest of his family. And he also should have on a mitri on his head, because the man is a priest for that day, the high priest of his family. So everyone want to remember that. And because, you know, what I saw at the Passover, this particular time, I was actually the only one that was representing the high priest of my family, and I actually had on a priestly garment. Everyone else thought it was cool to be in T-shirts and fringes. And I said something about that at that particular time. No one else got a garment. Malachi, he did have on a prayer shawl, but he still did not have on the priestly garment. And he had on a Jewish yarmulke instead of a mitri. The scriptures tells us a mitri with a crown on it, by the way. And you see me wearing the crown on my head sometime, because that's actually what the priest wore. Tourist Bay know what I'm talking about, aka Yahya Bay. So we're gonna go into that. Before we do, does anyone have anything they would like to add, so on and so forth?
I was saying Shabbat Shalom to everybody. This is going to be a very, very informative lesson. So my prayers to everyone, especially the true disciples of Christ, but everyone definitely take notes and let us govern ourselves accordingly in oneness to this one truth. That's all I got.
Gone. Shabbat Shalom, family. Already, just in the opening, I learned something new. So, you know, when it comes to showing your love for Yahweh Shai and Yahweh, keeping the commandments is of utmost priority. So every detail that you didn't catch, that you can be edified by someone who is of proper standing to share that with you, like, to receive it in love, you know. Don't put your head down. Just know that now you can walk upright as it is commanded of us.
Khan. Shabbat Shalom. Learn something new. We're gonna get edified. If we're gonna do it, we gotta do it right all the way. So I don't want to half step. But it's better to know now than to just walk around and not know.
And there's a lot of camps that don't. Most camps don't teach this, because if so, people would know it, because Malachi would have known that coming out of the camp that he came out of. Not banging on Malachi or anything, but I'm sure a lot of Israelites are not keeping this. And the reason I'm going to speak on this, because, hey, man, the Malach has no fear. The king has no fear. But nevertheless, we're going to go into this, and we're going to look at the scriptures. We're going to see the real symbolic meaning of the Passover. So let's have a closer look at this Passover and see exactly what the Passover means. And so, Raymond, if you're listening in the background, I'm going to say this to you, Elder. You need to get out of your damn emotions. You need to get from under your woman and be a damn man. Be the high priest of your family. But to be the high priest of your family, you need to be taught appropriately, because you're nothing but a Christian right now. And Christianity, that's a hell of a damn drug, because you really do think what you've learned is correct. That's not going to get you in the kingdom. And I'm going to tell all of you men under the sound of my voice, the Most High cannot use a man that's under his damn woman, that's taking counsel from his woman. You are supposed to be the high priest of your family. And this is why we've been banging on you so hard, because your only excuse for not coming, Raymond, and I don't apologize. I don't apologize. The truth needs no apology. You need to humble yourself and acknowledge your wrongs and repent, because you could have attended the Feast of Unleavened Bread, but you decided not to, because your woman was helping you come up with excuses. Oh, well, tell him the spring break. What if a Mashiach has said, oh, I can't go and get on that cross right now because they're going to have a spring break? He was beaten nearly half to death, tortured, and then put on a stake that you've been taught in Christianity is a cross, which is a misnomer and a lie, for you, for your sake, and you show your appreciation by doing what you felt. Trust me, you're gonna pay for that. You're gonna pay for that crime. You're gonna pay for that sin. So let's start off with the book of Shemot, chapter 12, and we're gonna start reading at verse 5. Let us look closer at the Passover and its true meaning and its ancient festivities. Malachi, looks like your device is not connecting. If T. Connecticut, you're trying to come in, but your device is not connecting. Someone want to get that precept?
Found the book of Shemot, Exodus chapter 12, verse 5. Your lamb shall be without blemish.
Okay, so stop. So the lamb should be without blemish. Why get a lamb that is without blemish? Because whatever you offer to the Most High is supposed to be the best. It is to be without blemish. Whatever you offer to the Most High is supposed to be the best. No blemish whatsoever. Understand that. Okay, read on.
A male of the first year.
And so it's not to be a female lamb, but a male that's only a year old. Read on.
Ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats.
So you take that Passover and you separate it from him. Read on.
Verse 6.
Now, where's Roscoe? See, Roscoe, he's back and forth. That's what I'm saying. That young brother is lukewarm, man.
Yeah, he was asking about it in the private chat about an hour ago or so.
Yeah, but I don't even see him on him, man.
Verse 6. And ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month.
So we keep it to the 14th day of the month.
And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel.
Oh, hold on. Dwayne, did that just say that Raymond doesn't have to come because there's too many people because of the spring break travel. Is that what you just heard, Yashabin? Read that again, Yashabin.
And ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month. And the whole
And the
assembly,
what? And the what?
the whole assembly,
What the Most High tell Raymond?
the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening.
Raymond, you were supposed to be there with us, man. That's why I'm so disappointed in you. This is why we're all disappointed in you, man. Because you talk the talk, but you're not walking the walk, and the Most High is going to judge you. The Most High is going to judge you. You're dealing with men of the Most High, man. You don't realize that. We're not like these ordinary men that you was around. Understand that. You're dealing with men that's been ordained by the Most High. Okay, read on.
Verse 7. And they shall take of the blood and strike it on the two side posts and on the upper doorposts.
So it's telling us everything we needed to do, man. The blood goes on the two side posts and the top lintel of the door. Why? Because this blood was a symbol so that the angel of death would know to pass over that home that's actually been stricken with the lamb's blood. If you didn't have the lamb's blood on your door, you was put to death. And I could almost assure you, Raymond, that you ain't have no lamb's blood on your door this Passover. You was under your woman. The Most High is not going to excuse you for that. The Most High is going to put some stuff in your life, and you hear me keep saying that, but the Most High is going to judge you. Don't think that you've escaped, because the judgment of the Most High doesn't come speedily. Some of you Negroes think that you escape. You're not going to escape. You're not going to escape the judgments of the Most High. Read on.
Of the houses wherein they shall eat it. Verse 8. And they shall eat,
Shabbat Shalom, Dawn McClary. Go ahead, King.
and they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire, and unleavened bread.
Okay, so now here's the thing. A lot of you Israelites, you broiling the Passover in the oven. He's given us specific things that we're supposed to do with the Passover. You don't boil it. You don't bake it. It is roast with fire. And you to eat it with your loins girded in haste. And the reason that you had to make unleavened bread is because you had to be ready to get out of there. That's why no leaven was put in the bread. Go ahead, read on.
And with bitter herbs.
And with bitter herbs, the bitter herbs is supposed to be a reminder of the hardship that we went through in Egypt. That's what the bitter herb is symbolic to. We would take the bitter herbs if it's done properly. I didn't even want to go through this because I was the only one that was in proper attire. So we wasn't really even keeping, hey, we just got together. But we were supposed to take those bitter herbs and dip them into some salt water. The bitter herb is supposed to be about the bitterness that we went through in Egypt, and the salt water is supposed to represent the tears that we shed in Egypt. You know?
Eat not of it raw, nor sodden at all with water, but roast with fire.
But you boiling it in the oven with water. And he specifically tells you not to do this. You know?
His head with his legs and with the pertinence thereof. And ye shall.
I can't get in his connection. Which verse are you on, General Yashabi?
Verse 10.
All right, go ahead.
And ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning. And that which remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire.
Now, how many of you was making damn lamb salad and all of that the next day? You didn't want to throw the lamb away because you said, man, I can't afford this. I can't throw this. You're not keeping the Lord's statutes and commandments. Raymond, did you even eat lamb? If you ate it, you probably baked it in the oven. But I seriously doubt that you ate it. Yeah, I'm calling you out, man, because your spirit is off. Your spirit is off, man. Your spirit is really off, man. There was absolutely no reason you should have not attended the Most High's Passover. And I look at you utterly different. And stop going to Marty and backbiting. You got something to me. You say it to my damn face. Stop being a damn tailbearer. Get from under your woman, man. Stand up and be a man. Gird up your loins like a man, because the Most High will require it of you. Hey, real quick, Benai, give me the book of Job 38, verse 3, man. Let me show you what you need to do, Raymond. You need to gird up your loins like a man. Don't man, he taking counsel from his woman. What kind of damn man does that, man? What kind of man of the Most High? That's worldly. You're a worldly Negro, man. And yeah, I call you a Negro because that's what you are. You're not no man of the Most High, man. And you really do think the Most High is working with you. The Most High is not working with you. How's he working with you? You're not doing thus saith Yahweh, Yahweh Shah. He can't be working with you. Understand that.
It's the book of Job, chapter 38, verse 3. Gird up now thy loins like a man.
What the Most High tell Raymond? Read it again, Benai.
Gird up now thy loins like a man.
No, take counsel from your woman. Oh, well, she was saying this. With Tazadot, he always banging on a woman. That's a damn lie. I hope your woman's listening. You a damn liar, woman. You a damn liar. Stop trying to be a damn man. You're a damn liar. She said the only thing we do is get on here and talk about women. We never bang on the men. Do you realize how many videos I've done about sent men? That's primarily the topic when we're talking about relationship. Now stop me where I'm lying at.
God.
That's primarily the topic. We're always talking about these sent men to try and get them right. Then he gonna come out of his face and lie and say, "Oh, well, yeah, that's the first time that he really did a video helping the women." You're a no good, dirty liar, man. You're a worldly man. Yeah, he said that, man.
Wow.
He should have known Marty was gonna say something to me, man.
Wow.
Get your mind right, son.
What?
Yeah, he been backbiting on us hard body, man. That's why he won't show himself, man. Got his feelings hurt. He got his panties all in a wad.
I mean, if he felt like that, why didn't he just call you?
Right, come on. That's what Marty telling him. Why don't you just call the Kahan? He taking shots to Marty. Marty don't want to hit. Stop calling Marty, man. Marty don't want to talk to you, man. Nobody want to hear about your woman. And you know how when a man is soaking over a woman, like when you're trying to have an intelligent dialogue with him, he keep bringing up his woman. My wife this. My wife said this. Nobody want to hear what your damn woman say, man. Get from under your damn woman. Get your weak ass from under your woman, boy. Nobody give a damn what she says, man. The Most High is not dealing with her, man. The Most High said, "A flock of my pasture are what? Are men."
Men.
You better understand that.
Because they're lost.
Come on. He can't accept that, man. He keep always trying to bring that woman in, taking counsel from the woman. He called me. He said it, in a joking way a couple months ago. Said, "You're my wife, so you always bang on the woman." I said, "No, I'm not. You lying, man." And a lot of Eves, the Eves that have their spirits off, they're the only ones that say that anyways, man. They're the only ones that say that when it cuts them.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I do is throw stones in the midst of a bunch of dogs and bitches. And yes, when I say bitch, I mean a female dog. That's what a female dog is, a bitch. So when I throw the stone in a bunch of dogs and bitches, the only one that screams out is the one that got hit with the stone. Understand that. Understand that. That's why she's speaking out. Hey, you're too damn weak to realize that, man. Someone get Ezekiel 34 and 31. I got this for your woman, man. Get from under your woman, man. You ain't keep the Passover because of her, man. Under your damn woman, man.
That's a sad day right there.
Come on. These Negroes get me sick to my stomach, man. They gonna run in the damn background, man. Being a damn talebearer. Well, how do old folks say it, Yashabin? He carrying a bone and bringing a bone, bringing a bone. However they have it, man. Whatever my grandfather used to say, bringing a bone, carrying a bone. Yeah, I mean, like a dog. Let's go church. Why are you calling me, man?
That's crazy. He even in the chat room.
Yeah, I know. Roscoe Church, you see me on the call, man. Why are you calling me?
Nah, you can't come on here.
Yeah, you can't come in. You need to be edified too, man, because you didn't show up.
Yeah.
You went against your word. So the Most High is dealing with you also right now, man. Understand that, Roscoe. Most High's dealing with you, man. He gonna put some stuff in your life also, man. You ain't got no excuse for not making it, man. Because you told me at least 2.5 weeks before that you was gonna come, and then you didn't show up. So you need to be edified, Roscoe. We're not here for no playing, man. We trying to edify. We don't give a damn who get mad or whatever, man. I just care about trying to save your soul. You don't realize it's done. You think it's personal. None of this is personal, man. It's salvation. Someone got that precept?
Con.
Ezekiel? Come on, bring it out.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 34, verse 31. And ye, my flock of my pasture, are men.
Did that say Raymond's wife? Read that again.
Are men.
No, it didn't say Kay Harris. It says men. The flock of the Most High's pastors are men. We don't give a damn what kind of setup they trying to put in this earth. The flock of the Most High's pastors are men. Understand that. And you Eves don't like that. You don't like that. You claim to believe the Bible until something comes out like that. Yeah, I'm not going to do that part right there. I'm going to listen to that part. And you're not going to make it. You're going to get cut, man. You're going to get cut. From there, where did you stop at in Exodus, General Yashabin?
Verse 11.
All right, yeah, come. Read on. Exodus 12, verse 11.
And thus shall ye eat it with your loins girded.
So we supposed to eat it with our loins girded, like we ready to go to war, man. Girding our loins. Gird up your loins like a man. Come on.
Your shoes on your feet.
Shoes on your feet.
And your staff in your hand.
So that means we are to eat the Passover standing up. Understand that. We were supposed to be standing up eating Passover. When I do it at home, that's how I do it. I eat the Passover standing up with my loins girded and my boots on and a staff in my hand. That's how we're supposed to do it. Not sitting down, like shooting the breeze. Then you still arguing about other damn things, man. I'm doing the same thing Dr. Doc doing. Really, man? Doing the feast of unleavened bread.
And ye shall eat it in haste.
That means quickly, in a rush, in haste. You kicking back. You kicking back. You taking an hour and a half to eat the Passover. And you sitting around chicken and just chicken. Most people are not doing this, man. They're doing it their way. They're adding to the book.
Verse 12. For I will pass through the land of Egypt or Mizraim this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the Elohim of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am Yahweh.
It is an insult for you not to show up for that. Let me hit you something, Raymond. It is an insult. Thumbs up as you come in the room for you not to show up to the Most High's Passover, because there was many a times that the Most High looked out for Israel, man. Like when everything went dark, the Israelites, someone get Exodus 10 and 23. The Israelites were the only one that had lights. Israel was the only one that had lights, man. Exodus 10 and 23.
Oh, it's a great precept. I forgot about that. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 10, verse 23. They saw not one another, neither rose any from his place for 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
But all the children of Yasharallah had light in their dwellings.
But this Negro Raymond don't want to show up to the past. Well, nah, man, I don't be raiding around in that airport. Most High gave your ancestors light, man, when no one else had it. But you're in gross darkness right now because you don't understand what you're doing. Excuses, man. Even when the Most High smote the Egyptians, man, the Israelites were spared during this Passover. Go ahead, keep reading, Yashabin. We're going to see that. He smote all of the firstborns of the Egyptians. Israel was spared.
Verse 13. And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where you are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
And this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and you shall keep it in a feast to Yahweh throughout your generations.
That means forever. As a memorial. There's your Memorial Day. Forever, man. Throughout your generations, meaning forever. This is why Hamashiach and his disciples were keeping the Passover. They were keeping the Passover. Hamashiach sent Peter and Yochanan ahead of them to prepare the Passover so that they may eat it. So we know he was keeping it. That's what the Last Supper was about. And when to let you know what I'm saying is true, if you remember when Hamashiach was dipping the bitter herbs into that salt water, he said, whoever dips into the dish the same as me shall be the same that betray me. That was Judas. We didn't even keep that part, though we should have done it. But people was not in the proper attire, man. As thus saith the Most High, man, because the man is supposed to be the high priest of his family. So he should have had on a nice garment, man. If he's getting ready to go to a job interview, I bet you would have came, right? You getting ready to go to impress Esau, you would have had on his Masonic tie and all of that. Nice suit. But you can't get right for the Most High. And Raymond, he didn't even show up. With no logical reason other than, man, I don't want to be waiting in no airport. All right, Negro. Most High got something for you, man. Most High's going to put some stuff in your life, man. Go ahead, read, General Yashabin.
And a plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt. And, Salah. Oh, no, I'm in the right spot. 14. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial. You shall keep it a feast unto Yahweh throughout your generations. You shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever.
I'm going to hit you with something. The women at the Passover, if you're keeping it at home, your wife is supposed to clean the entire home to make sure that there's no leaven in that home. The women where we were, the women were supposed to be doing all that cleaning and everything. That's their duty, man, that the Most High give them, man. The women were supposed to be doing that. The man is supposed to be honored. I know you don't like this, Eve, but that's how you properly keep the Passover. The Eves were supposed to be doing that, man. The women were supposed to be totally doing the cleaning. You understand what I'm talking about? The husband is supposed to then certify that they've cleaned good enough. That's the order. See, the Most High has an order in everything, man. But you don't believe me? Go and check it out for yourself, man. This is symbolic to the lamb without blemish. The women were supposed to have the place spotless. That's symbolic to the lamb without blemish. You understand? You were supposed to search and make sure that there's no leaven in the place, man, or no leaven in your home. This is what Paul tells us this, man. But now I get the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 6, I think it is, when the Apostle Paul is talking about purging out the leaven. See, the leaven that you're supposed to be getting rid of, Mr. Raymond, it's not just yeast. You were supposed to be getting sin out of your heart and try to get rid of that reprobate mind. You're supposed to get sin out of your heart, man. That's the leaven, man. A little leaven ruins the whole lump of bread.
It's the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 5, verse 6. Your glorying is not good. Know ye not that a little leaven leaveneth or leaveneth the whole lump?
See that, Raymond? You got too much leaven in your heart, man. We know you got leaven in your heart because you didn't show up for Hamashiach's Passover. Hamashiach is the Passover now. Understand that. That's where you get redemption from, man. This is where you get secure party creditor from him dying on the stake. That is your redemption. You're redeemed through the blood of Hamashiach, Yahushua, Hallelujah. That's your redemption, man. But you're not going to honor that? You got too much leaven in you, man. Just like the leaven of the Pharisees. You're like a Pharisee, man. You trying to go behind my back. When I say something, man, I'll let you know. I air it out right there, man. I don't go behind your damn back. I'm gonna let you know, man. That's what men do. You're a talebearer, man. The scriptures warn you about that. Tell you not to be a talebearer. And so from there, man.
Oh, go to read verse 7.
Verse 7.
Con.
First
Bernard.
Corinthians. This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 5, verse 7. Purge out, therefore, the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump, as ye are unleavened. For even Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, our Passover, is sacrificed for us.
See that? Hamashiach is the new Passover. That's what we're doing for the Passover now. It's honoring Hamashiach, not the old way. Jeremiah told us that this was going to happen, man. The new covenant. Jeremiah told us about that in Jeremiah chapter 31. So during the Passover, we were supposed to be lighting the festivity candles. And again, the father, if he was doing it at home and he was not around the Akim, the father was supposed to have on a priestly garment like I had on and a mitre on with a crown on it, just like the priest wore in the temple. That's how you're supposed to do the Passover, man. You're supposed to have on a mitre, the thing you see me wearing sometime. Some of you call it a turban. It's a mitre, man. Because a man is the high priest of his family. And the father is then, if he's doing it at home, he's supposed to proceed to explain the meaning of the Passover to his family. If you don't know it, you can't do that. You can't do it, right? Because you don't know it. You wasn't even circumcised, so you couldn't even do the Passover. You got invited to the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Then you didn't show up. You just talking, man. Christ spoke of the Passover, man, in the new kingdom. See, he spoke of the Passover, the new kingdom. Someone get Luke 22:15-18. He is the Passover, and he spoke of the Passover in the new kingdom. Don't think you're going to escape it. You don't want to do it here. You're not going to make it there to keep it. You're going to be missile food. Thermonuclear destruction, Raymond. If you don't change, you're missile food, boy. You're ribbed too. Well, nah. Salakia. Marty said, man, why don't you go ahead and call the Kahan, man? He said, Raymond said, nah, man. He said this about my rib. He said this about my rib. The only kind of damn rib you got is a damn pork spare rib. That's what you. That's what your woman is. She's like a pork spare rib. Because I know she's still swine. I don't give a damn if she don't like what I'm saying, man. He said this about my rib. Yeah, all right. Stop calling Marty too, man. Marty don't want to hear that nonsense, man. No man wants to hear that about your woman, man. Men want to hear men talk. You don't want to hear about the problems you having with your woman.
Book of Luke. Oh, you got it, Benai?
Yeah, I can pull it up.
Oh,
22.
Yeah, I was seeing if you already had it, but I got you. Book of Luke, chapter 22, verse 15-18.
Come on.
He said unto them, with desire, I have desired to eat this Passover with you before I suffer. For I say unto you, I will not any more eat thereof until it be fulfilled in the kingdom of Yahweh.
Please leave your message for.
Come on. So read that again. You see that? The kingdom of Yahweh. The Passover is going to take place there also, man. Roscoe, what are you talking about, good brother?
Verse 17, and he took the cup and gave thanks and said, take this and divide it among yourselves. For I say unto you, I will not drink of the fruit of the vine until the kingdom of the Supreme Elohim shall come. That was verse 18.
So the Passover is known as the Seder meal. Does anyone know what the word Seder is? I'm talking about the Hebrew word Seder. In the modern Hebrew, the word Seder means order. So it's an order meal. So there must be order. The Most High always deal with order. The order of the household, we could read that. Someone get 1 Corinthians 11, verse 3. There's an order. The Most High is always dealing with order, Raymond. You're out of order, man, because you're under your woman. You're under your woman. The Most High cannot use a man like you, man. The Most High can't use you, man. I hasten to tell you. There must be order. So this is why, someone know what I'm talking about? You guys know what that Seder plate is? Mine is in storage right now. See if I can put one up and show you what I'm talking about. That plate with those 6 holes in it, that's known as a Seder plate. And everything, do you guys know what I'm talking about?
I never seen it.
Give it a find. Find in storage. Right here. This is a Seder plate, man. This right here. This right here is a Seder plate. Each one of these cups represents something. You see that? The egg, the parsley, the horseradish, and so on and so forth. That represents the lamb bone right there. So that's the Seder plate for people that didn't know. That's what that is. And every one of those cups are symbolic to something. This is what Hamashiach talking about. I'm drinking from the cup. Someone got that?
Khan.
Bring up.
It's the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11, verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Yahweh, and the head of the woman is the man.
Who's the head of the woman?
The man.
What does these women need to understand? Who's the head of the woman?
The man.
Not according to us. According to the Most High. According to the Most High. You understand what I'm talking about? So there must be an order. So the 6 holes, the 6 cups that we see in the Seder plate, it's not for eggs. Some of you probably think it's for damn eggs. But one is for the bitter herbs, the parsley, right? One of those cups is for the parsley. And another one is for salt water, like I was talking about earlier. So you're supposed to take the parsley and you dip it in the salt water. The salt water represents our tears in Egypt. This is all symbolic to something, man. It all has meaning. It's not just some ritual. So that's symbolic to our tears in Egypt, right? The hard life that we had in Egypt. So we dip the parsley. Someone's got a lot of background noise there, man. We dip the parsley in the salt water because it's remembrance of our lives in Egypt. We was immersed in tears. We was doing hard bondage. And so the next item on the Seder plate is the horseradish. Why the horseradish? The horseradish is another bitter herb. Any of you ever ate pure horseradish? The reason that the Most High wants you to eat pure horseradish is because the pure horseradish is supposed to be so strong that it brings tears to your eyes. Taking us right back to the time of Egypt, of our tears in Egypt. So you see, this is the order. It's the Seder. It is the order of how things are supposed to go. This is supposed us to remember what the children of Israel underwent in the Egypt. And so that bitter herb, that horseradish, we take a piece of the unleavened bread and we dip the unleavened bread into the radish, remembering Hamashiach at his Last Supper, you can remember he was doing this. He said, whoever dips his matzah in the cup the same time as I do shall betray me. That's what he was doing. That's what this is about. That's what he was doing at the Last Supper. The betrayer dipped the same time that Hamashiach did. Let's get the book of Matthew 26 and 23. Scripture said to prove all things. Let's prove it. Thumbs up as you come in the room. Thumbs up as you come in the room.
Book of Matthew, chapter 26, verse 23. And he answered and said, he that dippeth his hand with me in
See
the
what I'm talking about? He's talking about dipping that that cracker, that piece of unleavened bread into the horseradish. Go ahead, read on.
He that dippeth his hand with me in the dish, the same shall betray me.
Mm-hmm. From there, let's get the book of Luke 22, 3 through 5. See, the horseradish is supposed to be so strong that it would make one cry, teary eyes, as a remembrance of our hard bondage in Egypt. We still in Egypt, man. We still in a different kind of bondage.
It's the book of Luke, chapter 22, verse 3 through 5. Then entered Hashatan into Judas.
See that? Satan got it. That's what got in you, Raymond. You're nothing but a damn black Judas. Go and watch the movie. You're a black Judas, boy. And you were trying to betray me and all of us. That's why you going behind my back to Marty. But Marty done what was right, man. Marty aired you out. You're nothing but a black Judas, man. Just like that movie, man. How Black Judas betrayed the Black Panthers. How he played my brother. What's the young brother name that was in Chicago, man? In the Black Panthers. Did they kill in his bed?
Fred Sampson. No.
What was the brother's name?
Wasn't Fred Sampson?
Yeah, Fred Hampton. Fred Hampton.
Lock it.
Fred Hampton. Come on. Fred Hampton, man. Yeah. So just like Black Judas betrayed him, you're a Black Judas, Raymond. You're a Black Judas, man. That spirit of high Shaitan is in you, man. This is why you going back and tail bearing. For what? Because I told you should have attended Passover? Because you could fly for free? Why would you not attend? Man, you fly for free. Did you tell him that? Go ahead, brother. Is that it on that?
Law, I'm going to start from the top. This is the book of Luke, chapter 22, verse 3 through 5. Then entered Hashatan into Judas, surnamed Iscariot.
Then enter Hashatan into Raymond, surnamed Smith. Read on.
Being of the number of the 12.
Mm-hmm. He was a number T-top, man. The last Nazarene. Read on.
And he went his way and communed with the chief priest and
Yeah,
captain.
come on. Do what you got to do, Raymond. Go to Marty, man. Go to Marty and be a talebearer. He's going to bring it right back to us, man. Go ahead. Read on.
How he might betray him unto them.
How you might betray T-top.
Verse 5. And they were glad and covenanted to give him money.
Mm-hmm. 30 pieces of silver, Raymond. 30 pieces of silver. Negro, you might get 30 pieces of fiat. You thought what happened in Vegas stayed in Vegas? Well, Marty told. What happened in Vegas doesn't always stay in Vegas. Understand that. Was that it on that, Benaiah?
Come on.
Come on. So the next item that we look on the Seder plate is what is known as Higrosef. Higrosef means it's a mixture of sweets. It's a mixture of sweets. And so this mixture of sweets actually supposed to represent the martyr that the children of Israel had to use when they was making the bricks. And so one might say, Tyler Duncan, why with Roscoe Church, why are you texting me, brother? You see me right here. The sweets is supposed to represent the mortar that we use in Egypt to build bricks, but they eventually took that away and made us make bricks out of straw. But the sweet is supposed to take away the bitter herb. So you would take a piece of that, the horseradish bark, and you dip it into the sweets. And the sweets is supposed to take away that bitter taste. That's a representation of us coming out of bondage and being blessed in the end. That's what that's supposed to be representing. Even though things are harsh for us right now, even though things are bitter in the end, the Most High is going to take it away with a sweet savor. That's what that's supposed to represent, man. That's why we do it, man. You take that bitter horseradish and you dip it into the harosat, the sweet. You understand what I'm saying? That's what it represents. And then the next item on that plate was a boiled egg. Boiled egg. Hagaba, meaning a boiled egg in the modern Hebrew, which represents the sacrifices made in the temple. Because when we would sacrifice an animal in the temple, it was called Hagaba. And so that's what that egg is supposed to represent, the sacrifice that that animal made in the temple. So the sacrifice of the Passover lamb was to be without blemish. And later, Yahweh Shah HaMashiach became the ultimate sacrifice. Let's get Yakanan 1:29. He was the lamb. He became the lamb, and he took away the sins of the world for you, boy Raymond. For you. You wasn't worthy. This is why we don't take this lightly, man. We do this for real, man. This is not a game. This is not an act. Most of you that come around, you just come around for entertainment. You don't think I realize that? Are you not entertained? You just come around for entertainment. This is why people that talk about relationships get thousands and thousands of views and rap singers and all of that nonsense. None of that's going to change your life. You're paying homage to some other man that's not giving you nothing. This channel literally teaches you, man. It edifies you and makes you a better man and woman. But you flood gates on the nonsense because your mind and your spirit is off as hell.
The book of Yachanan, chapter 1, verse 29. The next day, John seeth Yahweh Shah coming unto him, and saith, Behold, the Lamb of Yahweh which
The Lamb of who? The what? The Lamb. The Lamb. The Passover is the Lamb. The Lamb of Yahweh.
Which taketh away the sin of the world.
See that? He took away your sins also, Raymond. He died for you, man. That is your redemption. That is your secure party creditor right there. You was redeemed through the blood of a Mashiach, and you're not even worthy. So you may end up in Hades because you think you're serving him, but you weren't. You're not. Because if you loved him, you would do it what you would do what he says. If you loved him, you would show up for his Passover. If you loved him, you would make sacrifices because he made a sacrifice for you. The ultimate sacrifice. He gave his life. Understand that. And so at the 70 AD, I don't know if you guys realize it. At the 70 AD, we no longer do an animal sacrifice for forgiveness of our sins. Why? Because after the temple was destroyed, Hamashiach came again, and he became the ultimate human sacrifice. And so the last portion in that Seder dish, it represents the lamb bone, the lamb shank, right? It represents the lamb shank. You understand what I'm saying? It was 9 times that Pharaoh said he was going to let the children of Israel go. But the Most High hardened his heart, and he would not let them go. So the Most High sent plague after plague after plague. But on the 10th time, he finally let them go. Most High struck down their firstborn. As Yasha being read earlier, the blood of the lamb was put on the top lintel and the 2 side posts of the door so that the angel of death would pass over each house that had the lamb's blood on the door. See, you must believe in Hamashiach Yahushua. You got to believe that he's the Messiah so that you could be saved. And if you believe it, Raymond, you're going to do what he says. And so there's a bag that everyone knows what the matzahs are, right? Those are the things that look like crackers. That's really unleavened bread. But it's baked so thin, which you probably didn't know. Did you know, Dwayne, that one cracker is actually a whole loaf of bread? But because there's no leaven in it, they rolled it out and they baked it and thinned it out. So that's the size of it. See, this is what leaven does to your body. When leaven is in something, it puffs it up, it blows it up. But that one mitzvah is a whole entire loaf of bread without leaven. The reason that it's so flat and so small is because there's no leaven in it. That's why. So the bag that the matzahs are kept in is called matzah tas, meaning unleavened bread, and it's in the bag. The bag word tas meaning bag. So that's the bag that the unleavened bread is in. And each of those things that look like crackers that you see is an entire loaf of bread. It just doesn't have the leaven in it. So Hamashiach said that there would be a new covenant. Jeremiah, he told us about this new covenant. Let's get Jeremiah 31, verse 31 through 34. He told us about the new covenant. So the old covenant is done away with. He told you that he would give you a new covenant. You don't do the sin of animal sacrifice anymore. He made a new covenant. You understand what I'm talking about? You got to go through Hamashiach. That's the only way you could be saved, man. There's no other name under the heaven by which you can be saved. Say the name, Nate. Someone got that?
Come on. It's the book of Jeremiah. Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 31 through 34. Behold, the days comes, saith the Allahan, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Yashar Allah.
See that?
And with the house of Judah.
Mm-hmm. You know.
Verse 32. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers.
See that? He's not gonna want no animal sacrifice anymore for forgiveness of sins. Read on.
In the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Mizraim.
See that? He's not dealing with that covenant anymore, man. Hamashiach came. He became the sacrificial lamb. So this new leaven, this leavened bread, man, that represents having no leaven in your bread represents getting rid of all of your sins. That's what it's representing. Read on.
Which my covenant they break.
See that? They break the covenant. They break the laws. Word covenant means contract. Contract is the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments. Read on.
Although I was an husband unto them.
See, he was married to you, man. Read on.
Saith the Supreme Allahan. Verse 33. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Yashar Allah. After those days, saith the Supreme Allahan, I will put my law in their inward parts.
See that?
and write it in their hearts.
So you remember the law in your mind, man. You're gonna have to remember the law in your mind.
And will be their
The only
supreme.
law that you know, Raymond, is Murphy's law. That's the only damn law that you know is Murphy's law. Because bad damn things keep happening to you. Yeah, Kahan, I tell you. It was interesting. The only damn thing you know is Murphy's law. Go ahead, read, King.
And will be their supreme Allahan, and they shall be my people.
Mm-hmm.
And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, know the supreme Allahan, for they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them, saith the supreme Allahan. For I will forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sin no more.
So you got a chance here, Raymond. You got a chance here, but you got to make the Passovers. From there, let's get the book of Luke chapter 22, verse 20. Luke 22, verse 20, and then someone get the book of Romans 3 and 24. Luke 22, verse 20, and Romans 3 and 24.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 22, verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
And it reads, likewise, also the cup after supper, saying, this cup
So
is
in
the
that
New
same
Testament.
way, after the supper, he took up his cup. This is talking about Hamashiach. Go ahead, read.
This cup is the New Testament in
This
my
cup
blood.
is what?
The New Testament.
Okay, so that word should be covenant. Which Bible are you reading from, Dwayne? It should say this cup is the new covenant, meaning contract. See,
It's the
they always
1611.
Esau is always playing games, man. The word there should be covenant. This cup is the new covenant. Because we went there, Jeremiah, it didn't say anything about testament. It said covenant. When we read Jeremiah, Benaiah just read it. Jeremiah 31, verse 31, it says, behold, the days come, declares the supreme Elohim, when I will make a new covenant. Not no testament. I will make a new covenant with the house of Yasha Allah. And so Hamashiach was telling you that this new covenant was taken on in the book of Luke's 22, verse 20. Gary.
Oh, it's on mute. Salakia. Let me reread that. Likewise, also the cup after supper, saying, this cup is the new covenant in my blood, which is shed for you.
See that? He gave his life for you, Raymond. You don't even show up. Are you serious? Nah, I don't want to die right now. What if Mashiach said this? Man, I don't want to die right now, man. Forget these people. I'm going to change my mind. It's too many people. It's going to be too many angels out there by the stake, so I don't want to die. People got stupid reasons why they don't want to do things, man. From there, let's get Romans 3, verse 24. Romans 3 and 24. And someone get Hebrews 8, verse 8. Romans 3, verse 24.
Yeah, that word is covenant, but they put it in a subscript.
Con.
It's crazy.
That's Esau for you, man.
They did it on purpose.
On the book of Romans, chapter 3, verse 24. Being justified freely by his grace through the redemption that is Yahushua Mashiach.
See that redemption, your secure party creditor process is Hamashiach Yahushua. That is your redemption. It's the blood of Hamashiach Yahushua, yet you desecrate him and will not honor him by refusing to attend his Passover because you just didn't feel like it. Man can fly for free. Well, I don't want to get caught up in that Alaskan airport, I tell you. Well, the Most High got something for you, son. Book of Hebrews 8, verse 8.
It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 8, verse 8.
I bet that nigga was hot right now. He watching someone in the background, man. He's pulling a DD right now. You understand what I'm saying? He's pulling a DD, a David. He's somewhere in the background, man.
Come on out, Raymond. Come on out. It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 8, verse 8. For
Spirit
finding
been cut, man. These scriptures cutting him, man. You see him, he might look like them. What's that nut name? Hannibal Lecter done sliced them all up, man. These scriptures cutting him, man, like Hannibal Lecter, man.
slice with a katana blade or something.
Come on.
Hebrews chapter 8, verse 8. For finding fault with them, he saith, Behold, the days come, saith the Supreme Allahan, when I will make a new covenant
See that?
with the house of Yasher Allah and with the house of Judah.
So Israel and Judah is going to come back together. There's not going to be any arguing anymore. There's not going to be any division anymore. The prophecy say Israel and Judah is going to come back together. Jump down to the 13th verse, Benaiah.
Come on. Look at Hebrews chapter 8, verse 13. And that he saith, a new covenant. He hath made the first old.
See that? That means he made the old one obsolete. He made the first covenant old. Read on.
Now that which decayeth and waxeth old is ready to vanish away.
See that? That means the old covenant passes away. The old covenant becomes obsolete and it disappears. No more forgiveness of sin for sacrifice animals. We have not done that since 70 AD when the temple was destroyed for the second time. From there, one more scriptures. Hebrews 9, verse 12. Hebrews 9, verse 12. Watch, go to links in the room if you want to come in the room and say something relevant. Thumbs up as you come in the room. The links in the room, Roscoe, if you want to come in here.
Book of Hebrews, chapter 9, verse 12. Neither by the blood of goats and calves, but by his own blood he entered in once into the holy place, having obtained eternal redemption for us.
Come on. Eternal redemption for us. You hear that, boy? You hear that, Raymond? Eternal redemption for us. This is guy James Parker putting in the room. Look, David saying I'm here. David be always here in the background. You got to give him that, man. Got to give him that. David, I hope you're receiving this lesson, man. This message is coming straight from the spirit, the Ruach HaKadosh.
Salakia, Taza Doc. So, with Hebrews 8 and that verse 13, where it says the old covenant decayeth, how do we discern that for, the Christians who want to say that, it's okay now to eat swine and, we don't have to wear fringes?
Nah. So the only covenant that it was talking about, it was specific. It's talking about animal sacrifice. It was not talking about those Christians, they misconstrue Acts, the 10th chapter, when the vision of Peter, that's not talking about animals. It's symbolic to dealing with Gentiles, dealing with the Gentile people. That's what he was preparing Peter to do, is to deal. He would say, that it's uncommon for a man of my nation to deal with one of you. So the Most High said, call nothing that I call clean unclean. The Christians, they don't understand allegory. So they think he was literally talking about food. It's not talking about no pork or anything like that, man. They try and justify that, man. It's clearly twisting the scriptures, and it's not precept upon precept. And the Most High, he makes that very clear in the book of Hebrews when he said, not by the blood of lambs and goats and so on and so forth. He doesn't want those kind of sacrifices anymore. He wants obedience. Obedience is better than sacrifice. Animal sacrifice is utterly done away with. But the laws are not done away with. That would make the Bible contradiction. Someone get the book of Matthew. Matthew 7, I think.
Did he just fall out?
Con, I think so. Yeah, but that Acts 10, they butcher that. And you can, go back and like Con just brought up, bring out that Hebrews 9 and 12. Neither by the blood of goats and calves, because that's what they would worship as a offering for sin, a sin offering, but by his own blood. So by Hamashiach Yahushai. So it's not talking about, that doesn't create some type of loophole to where they can eat certain things and do this and that against the law. This is specifically talking about animal sacrifice for forgiveness of sin. So
Con. And like for me, it was mostly commonsensical. Like that is the only thing of the old law that's ever talked about again in regards to the new covenant. So there's no mention of, now not wearing any fringes or, any accounts of any of the apostles eating swine because now they can. I'm pretty
Nah,
sure they
man.
got that
So
out.
I didn't realize I was kicked out. I was out of the room. So the only law that was talking about, Dwayne, is the law of animal sacrifice, because Hamashiach became the sacrificial lamb. That's the only law that was talking about. We've not kept the law of animal sacrifice again since 70 AD when the temple was destroyed. We used to do animal sacrifice for forgiveness of sins, but now we go through Hamashiach Yahushua. Someone get Matthew 5, 17 through 18. Matthew 5, 17 through 18.
it's the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 17 through 18.
Someone get me the book of we're gonna prove this. Give me the book of Hebrews 9, verse 12, and it show you that the Most High is not dealing with the lamb's goat. That's the Lord. That's the only Lord that he was talking about was done away with, was the law of animal sacrifice. Hebrews 9 and 12. Read what you got, Benaiah.
Come on, this is key right here. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 17 to 18. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
See that? You know.
For verily I say unto you, till Shemayim and Eretz pass.
So until the heavens and earth is destroyed, you get that, Dwayne? Until heaven and earth is destroyed, read on.
One jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law.
So Hamashiach said, until the heaven and earth is destroyed, not one title of the law is going to be ineffective. And we know that the heaven and earth is never going to be destroyed. Let's prove that real quick. Let's get the book of Ecclesiastes 1 verse 4. The earth abideth forever. It's never going to be destroyed, just the rulership is.
Cool.
Ecclesiastes 1 verse 4. The tourist Bay, you missed a lot, man.
This is the book of, oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying that subscript, that jot is supposed to be iota, meaning like molecule or real small, right?
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Well, It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1, verse 4. And it reads, "One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh. But the earth
But the what?
abideth,
But the what?
the earth abideth forever."
So the earth's never going to be destroyed. Scripture said the earth abide forever. It's just the rulerships is going to be destroyed. The earth's never going to be destroyed. So the Most High, Hamashiach said that the law will not be done away with until the heaven and earth be destroyed. He was being sarcastic because he knew it would never be destroyed. Let's get the book. Someone got that book of Hebrews, 9th chapter, as 4. Then someone get the book Hebrews 10, verse 4.
Come.
Yeah, read.
It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 9, verse 12. Come. Hebrews chapter 9, verse 12. Neither by the blood of goats and calves, but by his own blood.
See, so no longer can we be saved by the blood of goats and calves, Dwayne, but by the blood of Hamashiach, his own blood. Read on.
He entered and once into the holy place, having obtained eternal redemption
See
for
that?
us.
See that? The lamb goat couldn't do it. The sacrifice of the lamb couldn't do it. It had to be the blood of Hamashiach Yahushua. That's the new covenant, man. That's the new covenant. And all those people that try, oh yeah, well, we could eat pork now. And you're gonna die, Negro, die. You're gonna die hard too, man, like the movie. Real talk, man.
Facts.
Real talk. Someone get the book of Hebrews 10, verse 4.
Come on, it's the book of Hebrews, chapter 10, verse 4. For it is not possible that the blood of bulls and of goats should take away sins.
See that? It didn't work for the Israelites because what they was doing is they were going sin literally, like a lot of you Negroes, like you, Raymond. And then they were going sacrifice an animal and ask for forgiveness. So they would sin, go and sacrifice an animal. And then the Most High said, listen, man, I don't want your animal sacrifices. Obedience is better than sacrifice. Obey me. It's the bottom line, man. Now, Roscoe Church, what do you have, brother? What do you have, Roscoe?
Well, I just actually come to game, man. You know, to listen.
What's that?
I say I actually just come to game and listen. To
Oh,
see
all right.
what's
Yeah.
expected.
All right.
Roscoe, brother, you could have done that from where you was at without.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, but I didn't want to say that. That should be.
Nah,
Yeah.
I mean,
that's wild. I mean, Roscoe. I mean, he's over here trying to stay in the spirit and stay and keeping the lesson. And you was kind of like interrupting a little bit. And if all he's going to do is listen and not have anything to add, I mean, this doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying, brother?
I mean, I get what you're saying, but I was already just listening on the chat, so
What you got, Roscoe, though, man? What you got, man? You was already listening, man. So what's up, man? You over here now, man.
Okay, well, about the
What's the word you got for the people? What's the word you got from the Akim and the Akwatim?
Well, obedience, as far as what the Most High is saying, he's saying he don't, the old times are done away with, and with the new, we must abide by the new covenant. That's what I'm getting out of, the Passover. I have to intune myself with the Most High Word, for it's like keeping directions with eating unleavened bread, and just pretty much following the covenant, eating unleavened bread and not eating bread with yeast in it, because that's what it's all about, and actually going about, just taking order, with the Most High Word and moving in that direction, because most people don't move in that direction. You still got people out here just eating bread. They eat all type of stuff on the Passover. So it's like, that's a big one for me, because I have to practice on my eating. Like I said that on this show before, and that's a big one for me. Just staying obedient and remembering that that's the way I have to go. I I can't eat anything with yeast in it, and I have to follow the Passover as the Most High says it goes. So that's the thing I want to add. It's just about being obedient. It ain't on here to come to add nothing extra. It's exactly what he just said. It's just about being obedient. Just moving in the way of the Most High. So that's the only thing I can really tell Israel. Because if you're not doing that, and if you just listening like me, but if you're not walking that walk, then it does not matter what you're listening to, because you ain't even walking the walk, so it don't matter. So that's the thing I got out of it. Is just being obedient and following the Most High order when it comes to Passover, actually keeping it and doing as he say. No work should be done on the seventh day. So everything in regards to that. I want to tell Israel to just be obedient and align yourself with the spirit of the Most High, because if you don't, then you suffer the consequences. At the end of the day, it's all about following steps to the covenant and just growing. Because like you said, that's the contract that we was in. So that's what I got to do. At the end of the day, it's nothing extra, or it's just what the Most High say, straight up and down. So that's what I got out of it, and that's what I want to say to Israel. It's one thing to listen, but it's another thing to do. And some people just, in this side of the congregation, some people just say it's the Passover, but they not actually, going about order. They eating everything under the sun. So, I want to just tell Israel, with that being said, be obedient, be straight up and down. Well, don't be down, but be straight up and go with the Most High order. Nothing else really counts, and that's what I'm getting out of it. Like, it's just about order. When you talk about the Passover, it's about dedicating to your Mashiach. That's really what it's about, at the end of the day. And if you're not in order, then you're not dedicated. You're just not dedicated to your Mashiach, because you're not even listening to what he says. So the main thing is just being in order, being in good order, great order, being in aligned with the Most High word. And that's what I'm telling myself, and I'm telling Israel. So that's just what it is. At the end of the day, it's straightforward. The Most High is about order. It's just something you gotta accept when it comes to the Passover. Everything is on the Passover is about the sacrifice that Yamashiach made for us. So, with that being said, I just want people to realize that it's about Yamashiach. It's about what he wants. Because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, he the one that laid his life down for all of the world, for people to even have a chance to redeem themselves. As Tazadak was saying, the redemption process is the covenant. Well, I'm saying the covenant because that's what it is. It's what I gotta be following. So, I can talk to you, but at the end of the day, I still have to be in alignment. So do you guys. So do everybody else. Not one day, but every day. So, you know, but when it comes to the Passover, you definitely have to be in order if you call yourself a lover of the Messiah, and if you hold true obedience, you will be in order. It's just something you would be in order. It comes naturally. You would do that. If you love the Messiah, you would definitely do it. And I want to ask the Messiah to forgive me because I wasn't able to make the congregation. Well, I wasn't able to make it the Passover with my congregation. But at the end of the day, I have to pray and get on my knees and just do what I have to do, because I have to make sure things like that don't happen anymore in my life. So I can't give an excuse. That's what I'm talking about. That's what it all goes back to. Just being in order, not giving an excuse. Just like the Messiah sacrificed for you, I should want to sacrifice for him and put on my best garments.
Salakia Roscoe. So when you say the whole world, what exactly do you mean by that?
Okay, well, I'm saying like for people that's around the world that's in truth, that's claim to know Yahweh, but they're not walking properly, So four corners of the end of the earth, if you claim you in truth, you should be in alignment. I meet a lot of I know Hebrews that's in St. Louis. They are Hebrews. They know who they are, but some of them just not. They're not still not living right. So that's what I'm saying. It goes back to order. You can know who you is and everything, but you still got to be in order. That don't give you a pass to turn off and be on your own vainglory time. That's basically much what I mean with the world and four corners of the ends of the earth. If you call yourself a Hebrew Israelite and you know this truth, why don't you follow it?
Con. And I only brought that out because with Christianity especially, they seem to think that salvation is for the whole world. However, we know that there's, a world of this and a world of that. The world of the NBA is not the same as the world of hockey. They have their own contracts and own agreements. And in the book of Israel, Salakia, not Israel, Isaiah, Yeshaya, chapter 45, verse 17, it reads, But Israel shall be saved in the Most High with an everlasting salvation. Ye not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end. So just to bring a little more clarity and further support what you was saying, it's the world of Israel we're dealing with.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. That's why I say, if you claim to be in this truth, if you in this truth, you know, then you should definitely be in alignment. If you are Israel, your contract is with Yahweh ben Yahweh. Your contract is with Yamashiach. That's just point blank period, But some people around the world, they claim to be in this truth because I met some people. They know who they are. They know, that they've been duped or whatnot and misled by the church of Christianity, drinking on that wine that they got over there, or that's whatever that drunkenness they got over there. But at the end of the day, these people know who they are. But some of them still just they living according to what the Most High, the Mashiach, would expect. And they know who they are. They literally know who they are. They know the truth. Like, they know. They'll tell you straight up and down. If you come to them on some Christianity, they ain't gonna listen to you. You know, I don't know why they just not, align themselves with the covenant and understanding that, okay, I know who I am. So what do I need to do to settle straight and to make it right with your Mashiach? Because at the end of the day, at the end of the day, that's who you gotta face. To cross over.
The thing is, Roscoe, is like Matthew chapter 3 verse 9. And think not to say within yourselves, we have Abraham to our father. For I say unto you that Yahweh is able of these stones to raise up children unto Abraham. Like, that's saying, like, just because you tell somebody, oh, you're Israelite, in reality that really does not mean anything. Like, literally anyone can know that they're Israelite and still go do whatever it is that they want to do, because it was already like destined that, like, and there's even other scriptures that say that my children are wise to do evil, but good basically like they don't know how to do good. Like the only thing that you can do to
Right.
seriously help somebody is you can teach them like in depth about who Yahushai is, so that they can understand who it is that they're going to be facing, because a lot of them are just underneath the impression that the Israelites are just going to rule the world. It's a lot of false doctrine going out there.
Yeah.
And that
But
comes. What was that?
I'm sorry. I was gonna say, but to the ones that like actually want to do right and everything and know who they are, is it like a battle with the flesh, like that they're battling with? Because I know this is a spiritual battle. Like, so is it a battle with the flesh, or they just battling principalities and dealing with the flesh and stuff like that? I'm trying
it's
to
it's
get to it.
it's, it's just it's just really a battle of the spirit. Like when some like even like looking at a girl, like with a nice body and everything, like that is also like like a spirit thing. Like that's just self-discipline. Like a lot of people just fall into things because they want to go to it. If you really don't want something, it's not gonna happen. Cause what did they say? Resist the devil, and he shall flee from you. As long if you
Yes.
if you really try to walk away, or if you really just don't want something to happen, it's not gonna happen. It it only has the amount of power that you actually give it. So
Right. So in
but
that case,
oh, go ahead.
no, you can go. You can go, Dwayne. I was just gonna say, in that case, though, that means you just got to be tuned in into the truth, man. Like fasting, praying every day, and just studying scriptures throughout the day. Because if you know the truth and you elect to go a way that's not healthy for you, then you should really start to train yourself to build up, you know, healthy ways with the Most High. Because if you continue to go down the same path that you are, you will be destroyed. You just be uh, you will be considered a 2/3. The Most High was trying to give you a little time, but you didn't want to build up any relationship with Him. I mean, you can't do it partially. You got to do it all the way. You can't even do it half. Got to do it all the way. And like I say, I got friends. They know exactly who they are. It's just I don't know. It's their environment, I guess. It really ain't no excuse. But when I look at them, I just see like you know the truth, but you don't want to take the time to just gain a peace of mind with the Most High. You know, that's what's gonna consume you, man. At the end of the day, that's what's gonna consume
This man Roscoe called me Dwayne. It's Malachi, but
I
you.
thought I heard that.
but
I was
nah,
like,
nah,
what?
it's straight. It's straight. But just do like I do, Roscoe. Cause I ain't gonna lie. I have some friends, who know who they are, and I'm not even gonna lie. I have some friends who are like extremely intelligent. Like they're very and like intelligent people. But to tell you the truth, like they're my friends, but they're like they're I consider them like frenemies. Like they're my friends, but from a
Right.
distance. Like they like if I come around, they know me. Like they know if I come around, you feel me. Like they always say like the
Mm,
same stuff along the lines of, oh, what do you got for us
mm,
today, prophet? Or what do you got for us today, preacher? Like they know me. Like I'm not there to just parlay and like senselessly sit around. Like
right.
we could like we could work out together. We could like
Right.
build. We could do something, but like we not about to. If the moment the
Just
moment you really start
looking.
acting worldly, you feel me? Like I'm on my way out of the door.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's like that. I mean, at least I guess you can respect them. They know your mindset. Uh, They know your mindset. I mean, like you said, once you go back into worldly things and start turning down the old path which you once was on, then like you said, the good ways to go is out the door, because that's where I'm at with everybody that I deal with. And I ain't gonna say there's some people out there intelligent, but more so they just stuck in a lifestyle that they don't know how to get out of. They just don't know how to get out. They know who they are, but they just don't know how to go about. You know, and I guess it's just the Most High is doing this to me because I guess I gotta grow to lead them out, or to lead whoever I need to lead out. Because I know it's gonna be some people that want to come to go with me and get led out, but you know they gotta make that decision on it. You know?
But you can help them though. The easiest thing to do, man, is just, yo, for real, like, no joke, and I can tell you from experience. Stand on your square. Like, yo, like when I say like no matter what, I'm telling you, like if that's a real friend, if it's a real friend or it's somebody around our age group and everything, like I know how it feels. Like, you know, like that's how I used to be. I used to sit there and I used to feel bad, like, you know, like for rebuking them, but like I have fought that demon. Like when you start rebuking people, like they're gonna have like respect for you, like because they're really gonna sit there and be like, dang, like Roscoe actually like really cares about me to like really tell me what I'm doing wrong. You know, like if you stand on your square, man, and you really like tell them like what they're doing wrong.
But so like yeah, Benaiah, Roscoe's not right then, yeah. We can't even see that
Then
Roscoe's right because Roscoe, there was absolutely no reason that he really didn't attend that Passover because this brother reached out to me 2.5 to 3 weeks prior. Absolutely no excuse, man. So Roscoe needs to get right before he rebuked. Hamashiach said you got to first take the mote out of your own eye. So that's what Roscoe needs to concentrate on. He needs to get that mote out of his own eye.
well, yeah, that's exactly what I was touching on, because I guess this is just part of my growth. You know, I ain't done yet. I mean, I'm young. I mean, I gotta keep growing. I gotta keep climbing up the ladder in order to do anything. I have to grow. I have to get wiser. I have to measure my mind, or as far as the covenant, excel in it. I really want to try to excel. But I'm not gonna lie and sit on here and on this chat line and just say, I'm highly, you know, just spiritual guy, or just I'm not, because you know I come from drugs, gangs, people getting their
We all
face
did,
blew off right
Roscoe.
in front of you.
We,
Like,
we all did, man. There's no excuse. Someone give me the book of James 4:17, man. That's no excuse, man. We all came from that. You think I didn't come from that, man? We all came for that. We most of everybody on this call came up from around this. Now you're searching for excuses. Let me show you what the Most High say about you, Roscoe. You're trying to rebuke these people, but you could have attended that Passover. You kept creating excuses. Day after day, man, you was talking to me and you kept putting it off. Let's see what the Most High say about you. James 4:17. And Benai, grab that. Someone grab that. James 4:17.
It's the book of James, chapter 4, verse 17. Therefore, to him that knoweth to do good.
Okay, stop. That means that you know you're supposed to keep the law for him to, because to do good means to keep the law. What law are we talking about here specifically is the Passover. To him that knoweth to do good, read on.
And doeth it not.
And Roscoe didn't come to the Passover and doeth it not. Read on.
To him it is sin.
It is what?
It is sin.
What did Roscoe do?
Sin.
Most High is not hearing your prayers right now, Roscoe. Let's get Yakanan 9:31. Let me show you something. Most High's not dealing with you right now. As long as a man is sinning, the Most High don't even hear your prayers, man, until you stop sinning. He don't even hear what you want to have to say, man. Let's get John 9:31.
It's the book of Yochanan, John, chapter 9, verse 31. Now we know that the supreme Allahim heareth not sinners.
The Most High don't do what? The Most High don't do what? Read it again.
Now we know that the supreme Allahim Yahweh heareth not sinners.
So as long as a man is sinning, the Most High don't even hear your prayers. That means man and woman. But read on.
But if any man be a worshiper of the supreme
Oh, if you
Allah
keep the laws by being a worshiper, if you do what it said, read,
and doeth his will,
and do with his will. His will was for you to come to the Passover. His will was for Raymond to come to the Passover. Read on.
him he heareth.
So those are the only kind of people that the Most High is hearing. See, that's not Christianity. That's the Bible verbatim, read precept upon precept, line upon line. See, either you're all right or you're not right at all, man. The Most High tells you to do something, you deliberately don't do it, and then create an excuse. The Most High's not working with you, man. The Most High's not dealing with that kind of man. That's what the Bible says. And when you comprehend it from that perspective, you see the Most High is not dealing with a lot of these people. If the Most High gives you an order to do something, and the only reason you didn't do it is because you didn't feel like it or you didn't try hard enough, he's not hearing. He's not listening to your prayers anymore because you are sinning, which means to break the law. Sin is transgression of the law. What law are you breaking? Not attending the Passover. We read that we're supposed to do it throughout our generations, unless you got some valid excuse. That's what
No,
it
I
is, man.
don't. I
That's
don't
what
have
it
an
is.
excuse.
It is.
Uh,
This is why we was
you
coming
know,
down on Raymond so hard, because he tried to trivialize it. He tried to make it seem like, oh, and he tried to divert it. Well, yeah, Tazadot, he be coming down. Because you under your woman, nigga. You under your damn woman. So can't you see the Most High done dealt with you, man? You 69 years old, damn near 70, and you still doing hard labor, man. Don't you realize that's a curse? You don't see that that's a curse? You're supposed to be enjoying life now, Negro. So someone got to tell you. I'm going to be the one to tell you. The Most High is cursing you, man. This is why you're walking like a dog, man, in your old age. And you don't get it. So you would think that you would change, man, and start doing right and keeping these laws. Christianity, how is that drug working out for you? Not so good. Because look at you. You're killing yourself in your old age. I know you don't like what I'm saying, but you need to hear it. No one never told you like this, man. But you need to hear it. That's what it is, man.
yeah, I talked with myself. I told him though, I'm gonna try harder than what I'm doing.
You can't try, Roscoe. You just got to do it, man. See, you know what you
Yeah,
sound like? You sound like my rib. She's always talking about, I'm going to try and work. Most I don't want to hear that. Show me the Bible where it says try one time to try to do. He gives you an order, man. An order is a directive. You do this, man, or I'm going to judge you. That's how the Most High works, man. He don't work on I'm trying. See, that's worldly right there. It's just that thinking, oh, yeah, I'm going to try and get better. No, you're going to do it. You're going to do it or die. That's what the Most High says. Obey me. That's what he says, man. He said, if you love me, keep my commandments. He don't say to try. He said to keep my commandments. That's a directive, man. So Negroes always talking about that keep sweat shit, man. I'm gonna do this. Nigga, you ain't gonna do nothing but do the same thing Keith Sweat did. Fall off, man. And then host a damn radio station or something like that and try and sound sexy.
I didn't know that was him until you said that one time. The Sweat Hotel.
Yeah, come. Yeah, that's him.
I'm telling you, Roscoe, man, if there's a will, man. And it's the Most High's will. So you got to get it done, man.
Well, I'm just gonna. Why I'm staticking like that, bro?
Is everybody
Well, I
static?
just gotta stay.
It's me.
I gotta stay in tune with order, man. Because yeah, I did just say try. The father didn't use try. He said that's an order, so it's expected of you, you know. So I'm just gonna stay in tune with scriptures. That's the only thing I really can do. Because if I get sidetracked, then I'm out of order.
So someone get me John 14 and 15. Someone get 1 John 2 verse 4. Most I don't like excuses, man. People don't get this. See, the thing is, people think this is a game, man. This is about salvation for real.
It's the book of Yachanan, John chapter 14, verse 15. If ye love me, keep my commandments.
There it is right there, man. There it is right there. Most of you women, you're going to die. Because you don't keep these commandments. You don't obey your husband. You're going to die. PC, this is why people don't like me, because I'm a straight shooter and I tell the truth. And you can't handle the truth, man. He said, if you love me, keep my commandments. We read the commandment earlier. 1 Corinthians 11 13. That's a divine order. That goes back to the book of Genesis, man, 3 and 15. And your desire shall be unto your husband, and he shall rule over you. That's an order, woman. That's not no option. That's an order. You understand? You Wasco, when you talking about you're gonna try, you sound like my damn wife. You trying to bring the Most High promissory note. Most High don't want a promissory note, man. He wants a bill of exchange, which is an order. A promissory note is a promise to do something. You understand what I'm saying? The Most High gives directives, and when we don't do them, well, he brings judgment. That's what it is, man. Excuses, man. The Most High don't. If you look at the Bible, if you clearly understand the Bible, you see the Most High don't tolerate excuses at all. What happened to Saul when he told Saul to kill that king and don't take any of the booty? Saul thought it was okay. He thought it was okay in his own eyes. Well, I just kept a little. Samuel took the sword from him, man, and said, you disobeyed the Most High, and now the kingdom's going to be taken away from you. And he took his sword and killed that king. Because the Most High is direct. You don't deal. See that these whole things, that's worldly thinking, man. The world has taught you to think that way. Oh yeah, I'm going to try and do it. Oh, yeah. But you could really do it. What's stopping you?
For better use, I didn't really mean try. I know that I'm going to do it.
But you're not doing it. I think you did, Roscoe. Because how come you didn't? Let me ask you this, Roscoe. Real talk, brother. How come you didn't come to the Passover? Yashabin, are you still on the call? Did we talk to this guy, man, several times? We talked to this guy several times, man. See, you guys don't be knowing what's going on in the background. Last call, I called you. You called me about 3-4 days, man, straight, man. Keep making an excuse. Well, I can't get this plane. That's a little too much. I said, listen, brother, it's only going to get more and more expensive. So at the end of the day, man, it just wasn't high on your list of priorities. That's the bottom line. When something's very important to us, we get it done. I know that. I've been on this earth long enough. If something's very important to you, you're going to get it done. You're going to get it. You're going to make sure it happens. If you was told that, listen, man, if you don't stop doing this, you're going to die tomorrow, whatever it is, they want you to stop doing it. You stop doing it because you know it's a life or death situation. It is, man. Not just Ross, but everyone. We're going to make a catalyst, man. Because we got to, get right.
Roscoe, do you even go to the gym, like on your own will?
It's crazy that you said that. Let me show you where I'm at. Let me see. I'm actually at the gym right now. Like, actually at the gym.
Well, you better know that that's part of. You better know that that's part of your tithes and offering. So you better really get it in, man, and repent. Really listen to what Tazadok saying for real. Cause that's not funny, or it's not something to be taken lightly. You feel me? Like missing the Passover out of all the high holy days. Purim is understandable, but the Passover and when you gave your word, like That's like saying you believe in him, and then like you just like changed your mind like out of nowhere, and then you didn't even tell anybody why you changed your mind. Like, it's like it's crazy, man. It's for real. Like you gotta like really, you gotta take this stuff serious, man. Salvation.
Well, I'm looking for that. I'm going for the change in direct order of the Most High. So that, you know, that's the only way I can go about it. Doing anything, you know, just staying in scriptures, man. Staying working out. I haven't ate any meat today, so just proud of myself there. I just gotta get it back together, man. Just stay, just do it. You just gotta do it.
Yeah. What they say, it is what it is, man. And that's their justifier for remaining the same, man. When people realize the judgment is real, there's going to be wailing and gnashing of teeth, man. And Mashiach's going to say, I don't know you. Excuses, man. It just, excuse, you know what that really means? You know what that translates to? I'm not ready to change. That's all that means. I'm not ready to change.
You're right, man, because people don't make excuses to do what they do every day. You know what I'm saying? So you're right, man, with the excuses because
Don't make excuses, man. Make the situation better. Improve on it. That's what I say, man. But it's getting late, man. It's like 12:06.
I
Well, I was
left.
going to the gym pretty late, man. So I guess I'm going to shut this down,
I
man.
don't.
I got a webinar tomorrow. I'm sleepy here. I should be. Fell asleep on the call. But there he is. He finally comes back.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, family.
Shabbat
Shabbat
shalom.
shalom, man.
Shabbat shalom.
Raymond, the eyes of the Most High is upon you, man. The eyes of the Most High is upon you, man. Stop tailbearing. With that, man, we would say shalom, man. We thank everyone for listening. May the Most High bless and keep you.